presents Thursday Night Live with your hosts, B-Red, Rick, hey! It hadn't got old. It hasn't got old.
Can we hire some voice actors to do a little bit more and jazz it up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whose voice that is on there already. That's great, but yeah, we could find some more.
Every show we go to, voice actors, we could literally say, "Hey, why don't you do the? Hey, actually, why don't we do this?" There are voice actors at every show we're at, and say, "Hey, will you do a 1-minute intro for us?" That's actually a good idea.
I'm not sure I'm looking for the Japanese manga anime voice, but I like the guy from The Rich and Famous. That would be pretty cool if we can get him.
Okay, is that Robin Leach? Is that who that is?
Hey, there might be a wrestling announcer though. There's all the time wrestlers at these shows. Maybe we can find
So can I make that my goal at the next show to find us a new intro guy or gal?
I'm not sure. Arashikage is going to help us any, but yeah, if you can find us a wrestling announcer.
What's going on, B-Rad?
It's been an exciting day. Exciting day.
Well, tell
What's
me
going
about
on
it.
with you over there?
Well, it's been an exciting day. You know what I did today?
What did you do today?
I went off with a good friend of mine who happens to be my cousin. And
We know people in low places. Yep.
Wait a minute. See, all of a sudden I had a voice problem. Yeah.
There we are with the family.
We are with the family.
The Fantastic Four family.
So what'd you think about that movie?
It's very cinematic and definitely worth seeing. It's good. It's what that last one where that last Fantastic Four movie was so horrible. I don't think I think they could have thrown spaghetti at the wall and it would have been better than that last one.
Well, so I pulled up some stats on this really fast.
All right.
Did you know that in 2015, which is the Fantastic Four year referencing, the Rotten score or the score from Rotten Tomatoes was 9%.
Wow.
9% for the movie in 2015. So this movie didn't have to be that much better to probably exceed 9%.
Yeah, that's pretty. It was, man, that was the weirdest Fantastic Four I'd ever seen. That one from 2015. It was out there.
Do we agree that we like this movie?
Absolutely, yeah. You got to go see it. Is it going to be the blockbuster of the summer? Probably not.
You know what? I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. And I will tell you why. You said something after we saw the movie that made me think about this.
Yeah.
Unlike Superman, which is very adult oriented, not adult, but mature audiences, you made the comment, well, anybody in the family can see this movie.
Correct.
And I actually think this is one of those movies that people will bring their kids and maybe even see once or twice. And you don't have to be a Fantastic Four fan, and you don't have to know the history, because the whole movie starts out teaching you the history of this MCU universe. So
that's true. Yeah, I get that's true. You don't, because if you do know Fantastic Four history from the original books, it's you here.
So I have a trivia question.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. It was set in MCU 828. Do you know why it was 828?
No, I don't know why it was 828.
So
other than it couldn't be 616.
How about 423 or 865? As we throw out area codes. 828 is a tribute and a throwback to the legendary Jack Kirby. His birthday was August the 28th, and that is why it's Universe 828.
That's awesome.
There's actually a scene in the movie where they fly through. I'm not anything way. Don't worry about this.
Yeah, no spoilers. We're not doing anything like that.
I'm not going to tell everybody that Galactus dies a brutal death in this movie. But,
right.
I didn't mean to let that slip. Crap. But anyway, there's a scene where they fly through Timely Comics, and Timely Comics was, of course, the original
Yep.
Marvel, and
Yep.
the surfer flies through a building, and there's a comic book artist that is sitting there working. And if you look on the side of the walls, he has Jack Kirby like art hanging up on the walls. And that is supposed to be a throwback. Yeah, don't get rid of that image then yet. A throwback to that's supposed to be Jack Kirby actually working on the comic from the 60s. And it's Jack Kirby art. And the only reason why this image got thrown in here, of course, this is Fantastic Four #1. That is my favorite scene in the movie because they actually replicate the cover of Fantastic #1 in the movie. So I thought that was awesome.
Nice. Nice.
So there's your little trivia there, which I thought was kind of cool to know. So,
well, my trivia question for you is, how did you pass? Look at all this great Fantastic Four stuff.
so can I tell the story? You know, we were at what was the last con we were at?
Fanboy.
Fanboy. We were at Fanboy, and the Galactus head, Regal Cinema had the Galactus head there. I looked at they sold out over the weekend. They found 6 more on Sunday. I kept going back and forth wanting to buy it. It had red glowing lights. It looked so cool. It would have gone great with my shelf in the background. I didn't buy it, and I'm having regrets because I will tell you, you and I disagree about this a little bit, but I thought Galactus looked really, really cool in the movie, and I thought they did him well because I think something like Galactus in a movie is hard to do, and it was going to be the area that I thought was going to be the big fail.
Yeah. So where we saw the movie at, they didn't have the Galactus head. So yeah, you missed it. You missed Galactus head. But
Big
we did
time.
see the popcorn buckets, and like especially the Reed Richards one looked really cool.
It did, but nothing beats that Galactus head popcorn bucket.
Oh yeah. I did partake during Fanboy in the Fantastic Four Little Caesars pizza.
Wait a minute.
I have done one of these.
I did not know that. So did it taste fantastic?
It was, yeah, I think they actually messed it up because it's supposed to be 4 different pieces or 4 different pizzas in the same pizza. And I think I got 2 of them that were the same.
Oh, you know, Reed and Sue did have twins later on in the comics. So maybe you got the twin version. How about that?
Yeah, maybe look down here. I like me some Lucky Charms and Honey Nut Cheerios, so maybe I'll find those too. So it may not be over. I may have those this weekend.
eBay and Amazon can always hook you up, my brother.
And I don't know where you buy the blue milk at, but I would definitely buy that if I saw it.
Hey, now you're Luke Skywalker. Remember, that's what he drank in the cantina, the little blue milk.
The blue milk, that's right. But yeah, that was cool, man. And no, the movie's definitely worth seeing. Don't let this one pass you up. It's pretty cool.
I do think it's going to be a potential big blockbuster only because it's very kid friendly. You don't have to know anything else about the storyline. It's very cinematic, like you said.
Very cinematic, yes.
I thought, and like I'm a huge Silver Surfer fan. The only thing I kind of got confused about, I didn't get confused, but I love Norrin Rad. Of course, they made Norrin's wife the Silver Surfer in the movie.
Yeah.
So Shala Ball, but that was kind of a different storyline. Of course, I love the girl that played Silver Surfer from Ozark series, Ruthie. She cracked me up and was hilarious in that. It was hard, a little bit of a change. Everything else, though, I thought was really good. Even some of the other modifications they made to modernize it and things like that. But I thought it was a great movie. I think it's going to do a lot better than people think.
Yeah, because like I was telling you, if I'd taken my 8-year-old kid to see nephew.
That's what you have kids. Does Kim know this?
I would have felt bad after I left. I mean, they dropped the F-bomb. There was some stuff like that. There was murder in there. I mean, Lex, I guess spoilers are okay for Superman. People have probably seen it now, but when Lex, shoots that guy in the head, it's like,
oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I saw it with.
I want to go back to the big exclusive that you gave.
I gave a big exclusive.
You gave a big exclusive. You have kids.
Oh no, that's my nephew. I get confused.
You
I
said
feel like I'm their
kids.
dad. I feel like I'm their dad sometimes. Yeah.
I just want to know if Kim knows about these kids. That's what I care about.
Oh, she knows about those two.
No, great movie, Jack. A throwback to Jack Kirby. And by the way, I do think for Marvel fans and comic book fans out there, this was probably the Fantastic Four series was one of those series that caused a lot of friction between Jack the King Kirby and Stan Lee. You know, Stan Lee actually took full credit for creating the Fantastic Four. Jack Kirby actually said through the later years before he died that he was the big influence on it. So this is probably one of the things that caused them to have a little bit of and not get along through the later years. But without a doubt, Jack Kirby created the art and the imagery and brought all this to life. And Stan Lee, his role can never be diminished. But as great as a movie as Fantastic Four is, and as great as a comic book as it was, and it is one of those that probably led to all that friction between Jack and Stan. So,
yeah, it could be, no doubt, could be. All right, so you've got some housekeeping with Paradox and Brides to talk about.
All right, so here's the deal. Paradox. I officially approved all the covers today. We have 6 covers, I think. So I approved the final PDFs. I approved the covers. We had one cover that had to be retweaked. Everything else was done. Everything else was fine. But I got the cover retweaked. So it looks really good. We're going to reveal that exclusive cover that was not on the Kickstarter, but we are going to do that probably in a couple of weeks. You and I talked about that earlier today. But the point is, Paradox is now going to print. This is Paradox 1. This is not the tour edition, but Paradox 1. And we'll reveal the exclusive cover that nobody else saw. That's going to... it's a shop exclusive, but it's kind of neat to see. And it's by an artist that has done a lot of covers for some of the Star Wars comics. So that's where Paradox is. We're looking good. I'm going to get Paradox 2 loaded up on Kickstarter here soon. I just got to get to work on it because we're trying to get some of the other stuff done. For Brides, Brides 1 has been printed. It is being finished up with printing right now. I'll be receiving Brides 1 very soon, and then we'll be fulfilling those. Really excited about that. We're actually going to throw Brides into one of our Les is actually working on a 6-7 page exclusive story. Throwing Gasp, and can I do an exclusive, Brad?
Do it.
We have our Gasp 2 cover that just got done that Brad says scares him and keeps him awake at night.
Put that thing outside.
Is it not cool? I love this. This is by Scott West, and Scott West went to show this on social media. I asked him not to yet, but this is the cover of Gasp 2. I just got it the other day. Just got it actually from you in my hand. Scott West did it a few days ago. Scott West is a magical man. I think he captured the essence of what I wanted for Gasp 2. We already have the Gasp 1 totally done. Gasp 1 is in the can, in the hopper. I'm going to probably get ready to post it here really soon. I love the cover. I love the insides. That's the Gasp 2 cover I'm actually working on. And Gasp 2 is totally done as well. Working on Gasp 3 cover. And It's going to be by guess who?
Oh, I don't know. Gasp 3?
Yeah, I haven't. I'm full of exclusives, man. I'm full of it.
All right.
A guy named, I don't know if you've ever heard of him before, Jay Lee.
I have.
So
like, are you gonna put this cover inside and hide it?
Oh God, do I want Jay mad again? No.
You're gonna make Gasp 3 a sketch cover, then you open the sketch cover and inside's Jay Lee's cover.
Well, so that's what Chris Bacalo was just asking. I was like, hey, so why was Jay Lee's cover on the inside of that book? And it's like, because the other thing is the wraparound cover is so beautiful that, it was hard to put Jay and Robert Pope's on the Robert Pope's covers on the outside. So yes, I get to be the guy that hopefully Jay and I, but that hid Jay's cover on the inside, and it's a beautiful cover. It's not like I was trying to hide it. It was an absolute incredible cover. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. All
right, there's my exclusive.
All right, well, our Kickstarter right now is my book Moonblade. It is up on Kickstarter. I'm going to share the link right now in the comments. It is live and well and kicking. I have to give a big thank you to, everybody local in Bill. Rocky over at Crypto took some of my flyers. They're on his counter. I got to thank Grant and Jazz over at Nirvana. They let me give them a ton of flyers to put with their subscribers. Huge thank you to Grant and Jazz for letting me do that. I stopped by and saw our buddy Dude Without Fear out at his new place, Without Fear Comics. Gave him some flyers. He was happy. Bill at the Comics Exchange, I was able to go on their podcast Tuesday night. That is up and live right now, and it's great. Bill supported us, wrote me a check that night, wants some books in his place. I'm really excited about that. He with flyers that night. He had ran out, so I ran him some more back out the next day. So super excited about the feedback. When I ran him back out there, it was Wednesday, so that's New Comic Book Day. I was able to talk to a few people. It seemed pretty cool. So I had a Paradox shirt on. I didn't have a Moonblade shirt on. And a gentleman said, "I remember Paradox." I said, "Yep."
Did he say it? Hold on. Did he say, "I remember Paradox"? Or did he say, "Ooh, I remember Paradox"?
No, it was just like I did. I remember Paradox. I was like, okay, heck yeah, man. And so, yeah, it's good to see all those guys.
Well,
it really is.
I'm canceling all the late pledges tonight. So hopefully he hopped on and did pledge if he wanted one.
So it is interesting because everybody seemed very excited about the Jimmy Palmiotti cover. Everybody thought this mock cover was beautiful. But you know what cover right now is the winner?
I know which one.
Yeah, the Akira homage.
Yeah.
By Jordi Perez. Yeah, everybody is digging this cover. The Virgin cover or the cover like this. This seems to be the one that is the clear winner right now. We'll see in the long run which one takes over. But yeah, and of course I love this cover. This was not. And what's weird is I still have the Akira in the when you used to get DVDs in tins back in the day. From I don't know. I'm gonna say that's somewhere in the mid '90s. And this was not my idea. This was all Jordy's idea. He sent that to me one day, and I was like, "What?" I said, "That is perfect." So yeah, I was pretty excited when he sent that to me. But that is the clear winner. So if you haven't checked out the Kickstarter, please go check out the Kickstarter. Tell me what you like, what you like. I'm super excited. Obviously, it's my first Kickstarter. The feedback's been good so far, so I'm pretty excited. Somebody pointed out to me that they wanted a tier that had a lettered version and a cover. And so I made new tiers. So I'm up for anything. Like I said, I'm pretty stoked and excited about it. But yeah, I can't believe how welcoming all the comic shops have been. I mean, it's great, man. I mean, it's super cool because you never know if somebody's gonna be like, I don't want that crap in here. But no, everybody's been super cool. And
did you tell them it was from you?
I did, yeah.
Did you tell them I was involved? I mean, there could be a problem still here.
I mean, you're a part. You're half of this Resolute Bliss, so you're involved. But you write your scary books, and I write my action books. Well, it used to work out because somebody either likes one or the other. Have you noticed that?
I think we're going to come up with a logo idea to create our different universes, and it's going to be like a yin and a yang colored. And one version it's the horror dark, and the other one is the light vigilante violence. We'll get somebody working on that.
Yeah,
I know. I know a guy that we can ask here in a couple minutes about it.
Oh, that's true because we have an awesome special guest artist tonight.
And before we do the special guest, though, I have one more piece of news that I wanted to bring up last week that I'm excited about.
Tell me.
And it's not a Marvel zombie thing for once, and it's not anything to do with Spider-Man, which I'm not a Spider-Man fan in the first place. But I am a huge, huge Big Bang Theory fan.
Uh-huh.
And I really do like it. Now, it's taken a lot of heat over the past 2 or 3 years, and they say a lot of people think it's not aging well because sexism, things like that are in the show. The personification of nerds versus geeks versus the hot girl, things like that. But I still think it's true. These are the things that are coming out.
That sounds like some internet rabble, man. That's
Yeah,
like
it does. But of course, I also liked Young Sheldon when it came out. And then when they did, I can't remember the other show, is Mike and Mandy's First Marriage, something like that, which was a horrible show.
I'm sorry, I don't even know that one.
Oh gosh, it's so they didn't put a laugh track in it, but when I say it's horrible, it's unbelievably horrible. But they do have a show that stars Stuart Bloom that's coming out. They don't have a release date on it. Stuart, comic shop owner, and it's going to be about him and his girlfriend. There's going to be a lot of the reoccurring characters set at the comic book shop. So
Wait, this is a new show?
This is a brand new show.
Okay.
I think it's called Stuart Saves the Universe, something like that. And like I said, it's Stuart Bloom from the comic book shop. He will be at the comic book shop with his girlfriend. I can't remember her name.
Did he get a girlfriend in the show? I thought it was always him being creepy young girls.
Stuart, he was very anxiety-ridden and didn't know what to say, but he had a girlfriend the last season.
Okay, I guess I don't remember that. All right.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend the last season, and then she worked at the shop with him. But I'm actually really excited about it. I think it'll be kind of exciting because, like I said, I always like the Big Bang Theory. Even though people are saying it's not aging well, but Young Sheldon I thought was great. The Mike and Mandy thing I thought was horrible, but I think the Stuart Bloom being set at a comic book shop is pretty cool. When they do it, I'm going to send in a couple of our comics and see if they'll put them on the shop wall in the background.
So it says it fails to save the universe. I would say that's true.
Yeah, I think that he's saying that's the name of the show. Maybe it's Stuart. Fails to save the universe. Where I'm saying it saves the universe. So I think. That's
okay. I got you.
Cool. All right, now let's go back for a second. So maybe we can ask if you know a graphic designer. This would be a good idea. We could ask a graphic designer if we knew one and said, "Hey, how can we delineate with an image? Light and dark. Mine being a little bit more dark, and yours being light." This guy we met. Actually, a couple of weeks ago for the very first time at Fanboy. Super nice guy. Brad actually was getting a piece done by him. Said, "Hey, you probably want to check his stuff out. It's very much up your alley." And I want to tell a little bit longer story of that when we get him on here. But a little bit about him. His name is Adam Kleinert, and you go ahead and throw him up there so he can be in our group. Traditional media artist based in Henryville, Indiana. He doesn't know that your uncle, my dad, was named Henry. So,
hey guys.
So Adam is joining us today. So Adam, how can we do an image of these light like his saving the universe and mine being dark, scary, and spooky?
Well, first, Rick, I want to thank you for not spoiling Fantastic Four because I haven't seen it yet. I gotta wait. I gotta take 10 people. At Fanboy, we went and saw Superman like the first day, like the very first showing. It was just my wife and I, so it was nice. And then, but tomorrow I got to take like 10 people, so I have to wait for everybody to get together before I can go see it. So I
didn't mean to tell you that Galactus got killed, but hopefully you'll forgive me after this.
I already forgot about that, so no big deal.
Yeah. But so here's my story about Adam. So Brad comes back downstairs and he's talking to me at Fanboy. He's like, "Yeah, there's a guy upstairs. He's like, he's got your kind of style and stuff like that, and he kind of does darker stuff." So I walk upstairs and I see him and I started talking to Adam. Don't get mad at me for saying this. I went, "Hey," and I started explaining what our gas book is that we're working on and putting it out and putting it together. And Adam said, and I think I'm fair when I say this, he's like, "Well, I don't do a lot of dark stuff." And then also I'm looking at his table and I'm like, okay, you've got like the Scream action figure or whoever that was sitting on the table. You got, I don't know, you had tons of stuff. And I said, "Are you sure you don't do a lot of horror stuff?" And I think your answer was, "Well, I kind of do some of it here and there." So.
Yeah, it's funny because people say, like, I don't watch horror movies really. But the more it's kind of been a journey the last few years, kind of with drawing and illustrating just the art and I tend to go darker, which is kind of not my nature, not really my personality, but I kind of think at times it's more fun, and I know I just enjoy it. So I don't consider myself a dark person, but I've had a blast kind of going down that road.
It is fun. When I started Paradox years ago, it wasn't meant to be dark. And then I started talking to people recently in the past 2-3 years, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you've got a dark book that it talks about hell and stuff like that." And I'm like, well, just because you talk about hell does not mean it's a dark book. And I don't know. I've evolved over the past year or two, and Brad can tell you it's definitely gone the dark because I think it's more fun to write about sometimes, and I love to see the art in it. I like, just like the image I showed a second ago, Brad was like, "You got to get this out of my house. This is freaking me out." Man, I love that. It's a beautiful piece. And I can't wait to tell Scott it was freaking him out.
My wife has white sage. And so anytime I do some kind of horror that I tell her about, some kind of horror piece, she burns that white sage over it. So it kind of cleanses definitely. And so it's always kind of fun, kind of creeping her out with that stuff. But no, I know what you mean by like the journey, because I'm working on 2 books for 2 different authors right now, and then I'm working on a couple things on my own. And 3 or 4 years ago, I wanted to do what you guys were doing. I just wanted to write, and I had a friend that was going to be the illustrator, and he got too busy. So I better start. I hadn't drawn in probably 15, 20 years. So I had to start picking all that back up and trying to reteach myself everything.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful. Actually, Brad, show up that one image, and this is not dark. This is something I pulled that you didn't send me, but so I'm a huge Star Wars geek. And while this, in some way, people may look at it as like, well, that's not the style that we hear you talking about. I love AT-ATs. And the moment I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'd like to have that. That's cool. I like anything Star Wars, anything from Empire Strikes Back, and anything to do with Hoth. So,
yeah, we have. I do a lot of Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Actually, somebody just sent me a commission just a little bit ago for a Yoda, but it's always fun to do. And my style's kind of ebb and flow. Like I have some softer, even softer than this AT-AT. And then then I'll of course go darker as well. But I kind of like the randomness of a variety of mediums. I don't know if you've seen any of my TikTok channels or other social media platforms, but right now I'm doing a roll for drawing. Have you happened to see that yet?
I have not. No.
Okay, so what happens is, I don't know if you've seen like roll for sandwich or roll for, I think there's like roll for cereal and just different things, but take dice, like the D&D dice, and you roll different things. And so basically I'm rolling to see what I'm going to draw. I think yesterday or the day before I rolled and I had to draw something left-handed from Bob's Burgers, and had to paint it too. So I don't know what I'm going to draw. I don't know what I'm going to draw it with. So I have like 20 different categories of all kinds of pop culture, comic, horror that I might get, and then that's what I do.
Well, so Adam did this. He sent me a message, and I thought it was funny because you referenced TikTok, and I said, well, I do have a 17-year-old daughter. I said, I'll have to ask her about the TikTok stuff. So, but now here's the thing about the AT-AT. I like you to roll a dice, and if you get horror, somehow you make a witch try to AT-AT, and you make cobwebs coming down from it, do some crazy stuff.
That's fun. That's, I had never thought of that, but that would be really fun to roll like 2 dice. And so I might get Star Wars and horror, or Jim Henson and something else. So
that's
like
the idea.
Category. So that I might have to do that. We also have like chaos too, which I could end up drawing on pig batter, which I'm not hoping I get anytime soon. But no, that's a great idea.
If you do that, please let me know. I will or log me on TikTok because I do want to watch it.
I do post on Instagram and Facebook when I can.
Okay.
Sometimes Facebook, they're not long or it's too long to post on Facebook. So, like today's, I think, went on Facebook, but the one on Tuesday was too long.
So Rick, would you take down all your pictures of Ewoks and put that picture up? Would you replace your Ewok pictures with it?
No, you can't take down Ewoks. I mean, Ewoks. Now, I tell you what I would love. This is a great idea. I would commission Adam to do this too. It's like draw me a bunch of Ewoks and make them scary, haunted, faint creatures. I think that would be awesome.
That'd be fun.
Because Ewoks are my least favorite thing from the Star Wars movies.
Oh, yeah.
So he's making fun of me when he says that. So,
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. If you could take them another way and make them kind of crazy, it'd be awesome. So
Margrave says you can't disrespect the Space Care Bears.
Oh, I can. Throw up that other image that Adam did.
Okay.
I still doesn't know that I've put in there.
Oh.
So with the 50th anniversary of Jaws, most people don't realize, but it was 50 years ago, a couple weeks ago, Jaws came out. And so he did a Jeff the Shark, who's huge from one of Brad's favorite games right now.
Marvel Rivals.
Yep. And I saw this and I thought this piece was actually pretty awesome. Cracked me up as soon as I saw the hot dog on the top. So
yeah, I know. Actually, I'm doing a book for right now. He loves Jeff and asked me to do I did a little trading card for him. I don't know if you saw the book of trading cards at the show. And
yeah, you actually showed that to me.
Okay, and then so I had this idea, and then I decided to make it into a bigger piece. Just kind of got a kick out of it.
No, that's perfect, man. I mean,
Adam's sitting there saying, "Man, Rick's trolling me. He's finding stuff. He's pulling it up."
I guess it'd be a time to show this is that you did for me. I made it hard, and it was on yellow, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, he did.
I don't think you knew it was on yellow, did you? When you gave it to me.
Once I pulled it out, I found out. But yeah, that's my character, Moonblade.
I'm sorry, the purple is kind of hard to. I need to, because I have Posca, but I didn't have a purple Posca marker, so I couldn't really get that color on there.
The same thing happened to me at Heroes Con, and I pulled out a Supergirl sketch cover, but it wasn't a sketch cover. The paper was like gloss.
Really?
And so I'm like, why did I buy this if it's not a sketch cover?
But it was blank.
It was blank, and it's a sketch cover. There's no cover behind it. On my app that I log everything in, it's called a sketch cover, but the paper's super thin and glossy.
I've had some weird paper, and some I don't know why they do it. There's a more artist friendly paper sometimes, but
yeah,
some are really weird. Like some just like repel everything. Like somebody sent me one. I might have been Wolverine or something one time, and it's just like everything was almost like just kind of repelling off of it. That
yeah,
I didn't know what to do. It took me a while to figure out what I could get on it, but some of them I just don't understand what they're trying to do there.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, that made me. I'm looking to make sure now. I'm filling covers to make sure they're right. I'm checking colors. So, yeah, because I mean, sometimes you run into these and they're normal price, but sometimes they're like $10, $15. So you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to. I gotta start checking them. But I appreciate you doing that one for me.
Oh no, I appreciate you.
Yeah, it was an awesome job. Awesome job.
So it's normally right there behind my Wonder Woman statue, but I pulled it down today to show it off.
All right, let's throw that other image up I threw up for him because this is for Mac in case Mac is tuned in.
Yep.
He did a really cool Daredevil. I like this Daredevil piece. Of course, I'm a big Daredevil fan anyway. I like it. It's a nice, dark, almost Frank Miller-ish in the rain kind of, if it was black and white, it would have been trying to cross into that realm. So I just thought it was a really cool piece.
No, that is cool. That is very cool.
All right, tell us what you're working on, Adam, that you're working on personally for you, your stuff.
Well, I have, like I said, I'm doing a couple books for a couple of different authors. One is kind of in the beginning stages. Another is, we've been working on it for a little over, I maybe a year or two. But it's like anything else, we kind of get, we get down the road like we think we got an issue done, and then it's like, nope, we're going to pull it back and do something else. But I'm pretty excited about it. I have never really seen anything like it before. This guy's come up with a pretty cool story. Hopefully we're going to get it out there soon. It's got a little bit of everything, but it's kind of, I don't know how much I can say, but it's it's kind of apocalyptic, very suspenseful, but like I said, I've seen a lot of apocalyptic stories, but this one is kind of takes it to a whole nother level of I haven't really seen anything like it, so I'm kind of excited to kind of be able to do that soon.
So basically, the world is ended, and Jeff the shark and a couple of other ones are living, and they're chasing hot dogs in the ocean. Is that what the story is about?
Well, I guess you don't even need to read it now because you already know.
I'm always on the inside.
And actually, the funny thing is, again, I don't want to give away too much, but the world has ended, but when you read it, it actually hasn't ended, but it's kind of really hard to.
Oh, this sounds like the apes thing now going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's really neat. I can't wait to share it.
Now, is this a comic that's going to be distributed? Is it Kickstarter first, or how's it coming?
He's talked to a few different publishers, but if we can get down that road, we haven't showed it really to anybody yet. But we've also talked about Kickstarter, so that might definitely be a possibility.
Cool.
So that's something definitely we're looking into.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple books of my own that that I've been kind of thinking the Kickstarter route, but I got to get these other guys done first before I can do my own.
Yeah, well, that's nice of you. Some artists don't do that.
No,
I feel too guilty.
Yeah.
So can you tell us at least one of your stories that you're going to work on, that you're going to bring to life? That's all you.
Yeah, the one that I was so passionate about, I'm still kind of keep that one covered up. That's the one that I was going to have the friend work on, but I've been reworking it, and really I don't have the story finished just yet. But I'm going to keep that one kind of tight to the vest. The other one is I've been having a lot of fun with. It's not a retelling of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, but like kind of a continuation of the story. So it's going to be a little dark, but it's I kind of put a little twist on it. I think it's going to be kind of seen in kind of bring it in a new light. That's going to be this is just going to be kind of fun. So I'm kind of, as soon as I get done with these two books, I'm going to kind of get started on that one. Hopefully, get it out here soon.
So I set Adam up on this. He already knew. He had already told me about the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And of course, once again, that's when I was at his table, and I'm like, "What's this non-dark stuff? All you keep doing is talking about dark stuff." But I did say, "Hey, could you?" And I'll challenge you again. Hey, can you make a 6, 7, 8-page story that's self-contained that goes with your Legend of Sleepy Hollow? We could possibly run it in Gasp, and that would be really cool. So something to still think about, because Legend of Sleepy Hollow goes definitely down a road that I'd like to go through for Gasp. A lot of the stories for Gasp are already kind of out there. They're being reworked in different ways. So something like that would be really cool. Like a 4-page prequel, or a 4-page epilogue, or a 4-page, 6-page standalone, or something like that. But
we can do that.
Especially before you did your own thing, you get to sit there and say, hey, there's a little bit of a origin story there. There's a little bit of background story, or your retelling of Legend of Sleepy Hollow so it fits with your story, whatever it would be. So,
okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
But yeah, you'd mentioned that at the show, and then that was one of the times I was laughing. I was like, yeah, once again, he's not telling me anything that's happy go family. It's like, let me tell you this dark story I'm working on. Let me show these. Even the comic books he had there, one of the sketch covers was Batman Halloween, not Batman sketch cover. Let me do the Batman Halloween. Ask me to do something spooky on it. So.
Yeah, I think it's Daredevil. Like, ever since I saw the Netflix Daredevil show, which is like my favorite show of all I think I've kind of just gone down a dark. My road's just kind of getting a little darker.
I think that's a evolution for a lot of people. I have an Oz story that's coming out. We're 3 issues into it. I'm going to probably solicit it here very soon. My Oz story is very, very, very dark. And the Tin Man's the bad guy. The Scarecrow's the bad guy. The Lion is also the bad guy. And when I was a kid, it was the happy-go-lucky kind of stuff. And then as I started getting older, and I read the Fantastic Four and all that kind of stuff, none of it was scary or spooky. And then somewhere along the way, you sit there and say, something happened. I don't know what. And it's like, whether it's Daredevil for you, I don't know what it was for me. It's like, I can make this dark. I can take this. I don't know if we become jaded as we get older, or, we see things like Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and it's like, I could apply that to other things and make it really cool. So
the thing is, the Headless Horseman is actually going to be the good guy.
Total twist. All right.
So kind of like yours, it's kind of opposite.
Yeah, the witches in mine are good guys, except for they're all good. And the 3 main characters are bad guys, and then I mix everybody up. And your goal is to try to figure out where Dorothy really is. And I won't tell you where she really is, but if you're clever enough to look behind my shoulder, it may be foreshadowing to the end of the story. So,
okay,
very nice. Yeah, Legend of Sleepy Hollow is always one of those good ones too.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow is a great story. It just really, every time I pass by a covered bridge that's across water, you immediately think, is there a Headless Horseman that's going to come running across that thing?
I didn't tell you my youngest, and this is not why I wrote it, but my youngest son is named Brom. It was funny, my wife and I have always loved the cartoon or the movie, the story, but we had our nephew was being born at the same time, and we were adopting my youngest son, and so we hadn't really told anybody yet, but we had names we were thinking of, and we were going to call him Abraham and call him Abe. Well, my nephew happened, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law announced that their baby's name was going to be Abel. So we were like, well, we're not going to call him Abe because we live so close together that we didn't want to, it'd be too confusing. So my wife was reading, and Abraham, or Brom Bones, named Abraham in the book because it's an old-fashioned nickname, or Brom is an old-fashioned nickname for Abraham, and so that's why we went with Brom.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either until my wife told me, so it's kind of worked out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you have 4 kids. Is there history behind the other 3?
As far as names go,
yeah, you've let this out, so parents do a lot of thinking of names. So just curious.
Yeah, no, we have Sydney, Elias, Molly, and Brom. But there's no real significance behind those names.
Well, at least we got to plug all 4 kids. How about that?
Huh?
We got to plug all 4 kids. That was good, though.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, they're getting older now, so it's been a change, but they're all doing well.
So Brad's got a comic coming out, or of course, the beginning of all my comics, I dedicate each of my comics or each issue to my 2 kids, Raddick and Marley. That they're twins, but Brad's got a comic coming out, 42 Teeth, that his main character is named after, I think, you can correct me, Brad, after my son and his best friend. So Raddick Brannon for 42 Teeth, which I think is neat when you can let your kids or, different people live in infamy. I'll use that instead. So,
well, the one story I wasn't going to tell you about, I'll tell you a little bit about, but it doesn't really give anything away still, is the story that I'm so passionate about. My daughter and I were sitting down one night, and my youngest son, Brom, he had a very difficult birth. So we've actually created a story kind of based on him, which now I'm kind of making him sound like my favorite. But so hopefully the other kids are.
It is starting to sound that way.
Yeah.
But it's but it's a combination of him and some other people I know, and I think it's going to be a kind of an inspirational story, hopefully.
Cool.
Very
So
cool.
it's not all dark, Rick.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I changed 42 Teeth. I decided Raddick was a little turd, and I want to change his name to something else.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
He just
But
outed
that comic's been done too.
I thought it was. It's like, isn't that done? And I've got it on the website that way. It's like, okay, you got to tell me to change these things. I don't know about it.
No.
He is a little turd, though. I agree with you.
They all are something.
You were trying to plug Adam's website here, but you sent it to just me, not into the normal chat.
I thought you could type that in for me, though.
Type it twice. Tell us where we can find you at. You kind of hinted towards it, Adam, but tell us where we can find you at.
Like you said, I'm on the web at adamkleinertart.com, and then I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads. All should be under Adam Kleinert Art or adamkleinert.art. I can't. Some are different, I think.
Yeah.
And so our big exclusive here is that Adam is going to do a story for us in Gasp that's a little dark, even though he doesn't do dark stuff or know any dark stuff.
No, I don't do anything dark at all.
Gonna have to get a lot of sage ready.
Yeah, my wife's probably got a stockpile just waiting for it.
Yeah. Amazon just got, as she's probably listening to this, Amazon just got a huge sage order.
Yeah.
So where are you at next, Adam?
I'm actually gonna do a couple local art shows here
Nice.
closer to home in September, and then October Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Comic Con, and then I'm going to the Grand Rapids, I think, Comic Expo in November, and then I'll be in Columbus for the Columbus Comic Con Galaxy Con in December. So I'll kind of wrap up my year.
That you said that was Galaxy Con in Columbus?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a small chance. The guy that I was with when we talked to you, Ben Ergel, he's going to be at that show.
Right. I was talking because he's from Columbus, right?
He's not from Columbus. He's there right now for work. He's from Knoxville, but yeah, he's up there.
Okay, but yeah, I remember him saying something about seeing him at Columbus this December. So okay.
Yeah, so he's made it sound like a pretty good one. Have you been to that Have you been to Grand Rapids before?
No, this is really my only second year of doing shows.
Okay.
My only repeat is going to be when I go to Cincinnati, and then everything else has been new.
So what drew you to Grand Rapids?
I was kind of looking at shows that are kind of within driving distance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was
I met some people when I was in Indiana last March or something, and they were from that area, and they said it was a good show, and so I thought I'd give it a try.
What's been your favorite show so far?
Honestly, I love Knoxville. I love Cincinnati, but I loved Knoxville. It was a great weekend for my. It was a great weekend for my wife and I to just kind of get away. The parking, was like free parking on the weekends. You couldn't beat that. The crowd was great. The people were great.
Saw Superman.
I saw Superman. That kind of started. I got set up. We got down to Knoxville, got set up, had lunch, and then saw Superman. So it was a great day and a great way to start off. And then we had fun, in town there, and it was just a great time.
One good thing about where you were set up at is it's kind of a mini artist alley. So the people that walk into that room kind of need to expect already.
Yeah.
They know that it's going to be independent people in there making art or creating books or something like that. And I like that because if they're not into that, they just keep walking by. They don't even go in the room. Because when we're down there, we were set up with Crypto Comics. Thank you, Rocky. Everybody's walking by us. They might be going to see Kevin Sorbo, and we're trying to talk to him about comic books. And
yeah, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of fellow artists I've met don't like that because Cincinnati was the same way. Cincinnati was it's in the Sharonville Convention Center instead of the Cincinnati Convention Center last year, and I think this year, and then next year I'll move back to the downtown convention center.
Okay.
Which is a lot bigger. But last year they put all the artists in, which was my first time, so I didn't know any different. They put us all in this separate room, so you had to go the main floor, and you could go you didn't have to, but you go through the artist room. They had like the comic creators. Kevin Eastman was in there, and then the next room over was the celebrities. Mm-hmm. A lot of the artists were upset about that, and it's kind of the same setup as I was in Knoxville, but I've enjoyed just kind of being in that setting with just artists. And I think you might not get as many people, but I think, like you said, more people that are just looking for art. Kind of know
they know what the room is. Yeah. Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Because Brad hit it on the head. When we're downstairs and we may be on the main floor, we have all those actors on that back wall. And while we had a great situation with Rocky, all those actors on the back wall, we don't know who is really caring about art, comics, independence at all, or they're just trying to get by you to get into one of those long lines.
I had to go see Randy Quaid.
Yeah. And we had there was an empty table on the other side of our room, and maybe it might have been Sunday, that I guess the vendor downstairs was so frustrated. I don't know if they thought they weren't getting enough visitors, or they came and moved their booth up our room.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what they had. I think it was some type of art or craft or something, but they thought they might do, but I don't know. I didn't talk to them at the end, so I don't know if it was better upstairs or not.
So Brad, that really disappoints me. You're the one always looking for extra empty tables and spots to put our stuff on.
Well, also we were with Rocky, so that was cool. But then we had Captain Kirk's chair right beside us that you took advantage of the whole weekend.
I did, didn't I?
And then, of course, on the other side of that was, Bill from Comics Exchange. So we were there with all our buddies. So it would be hard to, leave our amigos hanging.
Well, no, but we could have put little banners and signs on that little table and said, "We'll be back in 5 minutes." And 5 minutes was just like 2 days.
Or come find us downstairs. Yeah.
Or come find us downstairs.
But yeah, that was because our convention before this one was Heroes Con. And you pretty much know everybody's there for some type of comic book. It may not be your comic book by any means, but at least you know they're there for comic books.
Did you like it? I wanted to go to that one, but we had a family vacation scheduled for that time, so I'm hoping actually I can do that one next year.
Yeah, it's nice to be, like I said, just in a comic-focused convention. So yeah, that helps so much. Because I'm a nice guy, and I feel like I'm harassing random people. There was a guy in your room. Yeah, there was a guy in your room that hands a bookmark to everybody and asks them about their book, and I'm like, dude, good for I can't do that to everybody that walks by. So yeah, I do like that comic, focused conventions. But yeah, that's why I was asking you about the other conventions, like the Grand Rapids one and stuff like that. How you heard about those and.
Yeah, right. And right now I'm just kind of putting out feelers for not feelers. Kind of get my feet wet, kind of seeing what works, what doesn't. Like, I'll definitely go back to Knoxville next year. I'll keep doing Cincinnati, and then I'm trying Grand Rapids and GalaxyCon. There's a couple of others that I'm looking at to do in 2026. So we'll see.
Yeah, that is awesome. And this is one of Rick's pictures because like I said, we were right there by Captain Kirk's chair. Captain Kirk, and you see a little bit of Moonblade there on the left side. Yep. Chewie's reading the Resolute Bliss, and every time I saw somebody really cool, I'd say, "Hey, sit here in the captain's chair and read my book." So. And that Chewie was awesome. That thing was 8 feet tall. I don't know. It was super tall, though. He did a really good job with that Chewie. He did. And of course, you know how hot it was that weekend, too. He's dressed up as Chewie. He had to be cooking. Rock and roll. Adam, we've got your socials, AdamKleinert.com, and that's the same thing on all his socials, right? TikTok same way?
You got it. It's Kleinert art, so it's ERT.
I see. I did write that wrong. You're right.
That's all right.
Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, man. We'll make it up to you.
You're fine. Everybody spells my name wrong. So
hey, I must admit, and Adam, by the way, seriously, we kind of just we put Adam on the spot. We asked him out of the blue when we were there. I was just standing there and said, "Hey, do you want to do a video cast?" Because I had a pretty good conversation with him. He seemed like a a likable guy. I like this stuff. So he graciously agreed to it. We thought, well, that was awesome. We just asked him out of the blue. He's like, yeah, let's do this. So we appreciate you taking time and getting on our show.
Yeah, man.
We like to share different creators, different stuff. Hopefully, seriously, if you want to do something, I would love to talk to you more. But definitely go to his website, check his stuff out. I did a lot of Star Wars stuff. If you like it, if you like that type of stuff, which I do, but he also has a lot of dark stuff, no matter what he keeps saying. And actually, that was the stuff I was really digging. So
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me down, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you get, I know you're working on the comics for the other people, but when they get done, I'll be watching your socials for those and looking forward to yours coming out too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if you tag our socials, we'll try to tag yours, and we'll try to promote you as much as we can. So
yeah, absolutely, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on, and we're going to let you pop off, and we're going to put out some housekeeping here.
All right. Well, thanks, Brad. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
thanks, Adam.
Thanks.
All right, my friend.
What a busy weekend. Fantastic Four, podcasts, live streams. You've been out of the country, I guess, doing awesome stuff with your daughter.
Until last night, Marley and I were in Bon Air. We got back late last night. We were trying to do a little diving and stuff, have a little fun together. I love my daughter, but she's turned 17, so we got a great deal that we found online, grabbed it, and took off to Bon Air. So it was an awesome time. So but we also we're working on Moonblade is up on Kickstarter. People need to support it. Please do. We box one will be printing soon. Brides is on its way, so we're doing good. We got a couple more Kickstarters we're about to throw up there, looking for some other distribution ways that we're doing things. We want to meet more people like Adam out there. Guys like this have a lot of talent. We like to be involved with people like that because they're doing a lot of great things, a lot of fun stuff. So we want people to check them out. Please stay along with us. Follow our website. Follow our social media. For everybody that's watching, don't forget. I'm sorry. We're going to a podcast. I throw these up to podcasts tomorrow. They'll be on Apple, Spotify, all that. So always tell your friends they can find us on Apple, Spotify, under the Rick and Brad live stream cast, and usually with whatever person we had as a guest star on there. So we are all over the nation.
I think it's all under the Resolute Bliss Publishing. So
I think so.
And you've got it nicely done by episodes. The Comics Exchange podcast, like I said, I was on there Tuesday night, and I know that's probably Knoxville's biggest comic eccentric podcast. So we just very excited. They asked me some tough questions, Rick. I'm gonna be honest. I went probably deeper into my the character descriptions than I normally do. That's for sure.
Oh wow! Got you into your uncomfortable zone?
A little bit, because I'm always afraid that I'm giving a history lesson. So, but yeah, they hit me with some good questions. Margrave has posted a novel over here, but basically he's saying the show there, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, is a spin-off series set in the Big Bang Theory universe. So it's HBO Max. Do you have HBO Max?
I do. Creature Commandos. I love that show.
So you'll be able to watch it then. Very cool.
I'll be all over that.
Yeah, man. Sometimes there's cool shows and they're in Apple TV only or Paramount Premium only. Not even on regular. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. I miss the old days of 4 channels.
Well, hey, one other thing. Next week, we have another guest, Alfred Mueller, a funny guy. I have some funny stories I want to tell about Alfred. He will be on with us next week. So please make sure you check us out. Please make sure you check out Adam's website and follow him. Give him a little bit of love and following. And then follow, like I said, follow Resolute Bliss. Sign up for our newsletter. Follow us on our socials and help support independent comics and everybody that's trying to make changes, and go see the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, we got special guests next week, so we will see everybody then. And until then, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.